Hello, hi everyone. Good morning. How are you guys? How's everyone? How's everyone doing over the weekend? Were you able to have a very nice weekend? Yeah, tell me in the comment. Let's have the first round of interaction. Tell me a bit about your weekend. If you could just use one emoji to describe your weekend. I know for our Chinese friends, you guys have already had your weekend because now is the Monday morning. But for other friends who are still, for our Western friends who are still in your Sunday, potentially Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, but you have already finished majority of your weekends. If you could just use one emoji, one facial expression to describe your weekend, which emoji would you use? And please type that emoji in the comment area. Okay. We're gonna do the first round of an interaction, and in today's live stream, we will have more interaction as usual, more interaction than usual, actually. Yeah. So, wait, why is my TikTok live stream is not on? I already set it up. Interesting, but this should be on already. Okay, wait, why is no one answering me? Okay, anyone, listen again. So we're doing the first round of interaction, which is because almost every one of us already had our weekend or had spent majority of our weekend. So I want everyone to tell you in the comment area what do you feel about your weekend. Just type an emoji that describe your weekend most, and let's start from there. Okay. This is too embarrassing where nobody is answering me. So it would be great if you could just type an emoji in the comment area to tell me how do you feel about your weekend. Okay. Yeah, we just had weekend. So I don't know, like, how do people usually feel on Monday? So there's a joke here in China that says that um, on every single day of one week, they're all together 7 days, right? And for any person who's working would have a different feeling for each single day. So whenever it's Monday, it's the most miserable day. Somehow people say like because you already spent two most amazing day and you have to go back to work. So that's why Monday is considered to be the most miserable day. That is pretty funny. And also, Friday is considered to be the best, happiest day because you have so many, which is 2 days ahead of you, where you could sort of look forward to do a lot of things, right? So somehow Friday is the most liked day and Monday is the least liked day, something like that. Hi, good morning. You look good. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Yeah. So for this past weekend, I was able to watch a movie called How to Train the Dragon. How many of you guys have seen it? 声音有点小啊，这样子呢？靠近一点，靠近一点，有没有好一点？靠近一点有没有好一点？声音？ Yeah. So over the past weekend, I watched this movie called How to Train Your Dragon. It was so interesting because for this period of time, I told you guys that I was very dedicated to my startup project. And I was doing a lot of keyword research when it comes to picking what items to sell and also how to do marketing. And I did a lot of those keywords research on Google's and on TikTok and on other platforms using all those third-party extensions. And then one of the things I noticed, there are so many search around how to train your dragon. So I was like very curious to know like what exactly is how to train your dragon, right? And especially when I was searching around the pet section. So somehow pet section is actually a section that has a how to say it has a booming sales. So that is considered to be one of the industry that is with great potential. So we were doing lots of research around pet section, and I was also researching around the pet section. It was so interesting that like whenever I search pet section, there was always some like keywords comes out that says like how to train your dragon is a keyword around here. And I was very interested in knowing like why everyone is talking about how to train your dragon. So I never realized that is actually a movie that is currently on, and a lot of people are watching it. So I so later on I was like, so at the very first I thought like, oh okay, that must be a game, something like video games, right? So people play some video games and they need to purchase a dragon and raise a dragon, so that is why they need to like raise a dragon or something like that. And later on, discovered that, oh, actually, there is a movie that is currently on called How to Train Your Dragon. So do people know about this movie? Yeah, the movie is really nice. So to answer your question, Johnny, the movie is really nice. I really like watch this movie. So when I was watching this movie throughout the entire movie, I was literally just smiling all the time. Even though around 10 years ago, yeah, it's even maybe more than 10 years ago, the cartoon version of that movie was first on. I didn't go to the cinema to watch it, but I watched it at home. How to Train Your Dragon. 驯龙高手 in Chinese is called 驯龙高手. So I watched the cartoon version of it, and inside How to Train Your Dragon, there is a very cute, pet-like kind of dragon, or a very dog-like kind of dragon called Toothless. And the species of that dragon is called Night Fury. Very cute, and so I've already watched the cartoon version. So as a matter of fact, I'm not so interested in this movie at the very beginning because that was a like the same story, but with the real person version rather than the cartoon version, right? I already know the entire story. I already watched it, even though it's 10 years ago. But I basically knew what's going on in the movie. And to be honest, I was not so interested in it at the very beginning. Somehow I noticed that somehow in Google, this became a keyword. Everyone was searching it. There must be a reason behind that. Usually it's only when a movie is a big hit, then it will become a very heated, like very heated, very popular keywords, like everyone would be searching around it. So after I knowing that How to Train Your Dragon is actually a movie, so I went to check the kind of those Chinese apps. There is a Chinese app called Douban, where you could check the ratings. It's very much just like those IMBD or IMDb. I think it's IMBD, right? Yes, IMBD ratings in the US. Right here in China, we also have similar kind of ratings where people would just go check the rating of those movies using those app, right? Or people would rate the movie after watching it. So I noticed like the rating of this movie is like around 8.5, which is quite high compared to the other movies. So for any movies, if you can reach a score that is higher than 8.0, that means that it is an extremely good movie. If it is a movie that can reach a score that is even higher than 9, then it's an okay, oh my god, it's a super super good movie. So I was able to watch this movie, which scored 84.5 in the cinema, and I have to say, like, it is a really good movie. I would rate it 9. I would rate it 9 because the reason why I want to rate it high is because when I watch it, really makes me smile from the beginning till the end. Really made me smile from the beginning till the end. I was like every tiny bit of this story was, I don't know, it's just very heartwarming. It tells you the friendship between a dragon and human beings, and then somehow, yeah. So, like, I was watching this movie together with my husband, and my husband said that he also noticed me, like, I was smiling all the time. I don't know, somehow this movie just gave me a very happy vibes. I really like those kind of movie that could make me feel really happy, but very entertained. I love it. Thank you, Romeo, for sending this yellow tickets. Yeah. Yeah, and also I was discussing one topic with my husband after the movie as well. I noticed like it's very interesting. I'm not so sure if you guys noticed that, which is for almost all the American cartoon movies, those kind of movie that's supposed to be targeted at children. But nowadays, a lot of those Hollywood cartoon movies, right, by DreamWorks or by Disney, they not only target the children, they also target the adults. Like I personally really like watch all those cartoons, right? A lot of people ask me what is your favorite movies before, and I replied multiple times. I love to watch so many good like cartoon movies, like The Incredibles, and also what else? The Incredibles, the Zootopia, like these are all my favorite movies, even though they are cartoon. And also Coco, right? These are really extremely good movies, even though they are cartoons. They're supposed to target at children, but somehow adults love them as well. And it's very interesting if you could think about all those cartoon movies that you have watched. I'm not so sure if you guys have watched a lot of those or cartoon movies made by Disney or DreamWorks. So for me, I personally have watched a lot of movies like that, right? I noticed one very interesting thing, like one thing in common, which is almost all those American cartoon movies basically is telling their children one single thing, which is um, like you have to just trust yourself, you have to just believe in what you want to believe, and you need to dare to dream, and you need to just explore the world, even though your parents will tell you that the world out there is very dangerous. Your parents may play conservative, but it's definitely okay for you to play it not safe, play it not conservative, and to explore the world, like just in whatever way you want to. That is like a very kind of commonly seen in almost every cartoon. Like for me, like for this cartoon I just watched, How to Train Your Dragon, that basically tell you that story as well. Like, and then I really recalled so many other things. I remember like literally every cartoon I watched was like that, right? For example, like for let's just say How to Train Your Dragon, right? If for those of you who haven't watched it, or for those of you who already watched it, you know the story. The story was about like this little this little boy called Hiccup, and then sort of like his dad doesn't really want him to go out to fight the dragon. And afterwards, one day in the future, the dad somehow had a conversation with one of his bestie to change his mind and allowed his kid to, fight the dragon. But somehow the kid thought like it was not my mission to kill the dragon. I want to be friends with dragon. So there was always a lot of conflict between the parent and the kid always wanted to do this, wanted to do that, and then somehow parents felt like, okay, that is too dangerous for you, you're not a material for slaughtering the dragon, you're not the material to kill the dragon. Later on you're telling me to make friends with the dragon? No, 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 no. So for thousands of years, for hundreds of years, we are enemies of dragons, we don't make friends with dragons. It's always a however a difference of conflicts of opinions, a difference of opinions, of conflict of, I wouldn't call it interest. It's more of like parents more want to protect their children, so that's why they want to play everything conservatively. And somehow children just want to explore the world, ignore their parents. And somehow all those movies are around just encouraging the children to ignore their parents and go out and sort of explore the world. Yeah, and that is a very interesting thing. 姐妹儿，你在练英文吗？没有练英文，这个叫什么来着？我们直播间里边有非常多来自于五湖四海的人哈，有中国人，有外国人啊，而且外国人也不只是来自美国的，有来自全世界各地的人，所以这个直播间更多的是大家一起去交流文化上面的交流。我现在在讲的一个话题，就是在讲周末看了一部电影，叫做《驯龙高手》。在《驯龙高手》里边会发现非常有意思的一件事情是，在美国，基本上大部分的美国的小孩电影，美国的这个动